Due to the pandemic, this was another very difficult year for schools across the country. Yet, despite the difficulties, students and teachers from 50 schools in 14 states and the District of Columbia participated in this year's competition. Having observed some of the presentations and spoken to judges, I'm delighted to say that this year's teams delivered some of the best analysis of the Euro area economy in the challenge's 16-year history. They're an inspiration. Congratulations to all. The Euro Challenge is such a special program and competition. It not only motivates students to learn about the European economy and the Euro, it also challenges them to think outside the box as they explore potential solutions to complex issues that countries in the Euro area are facing today. This whole program also helps schools develop skills essential for college success and a passion for the subject matter that very often leads them to careers in economics, international affairs, and finance. We are truly grateful to the EU delegation to the United States for this stellar initiative, and the Moody's Foundation for their volunteerism and sponsoring the awards and a trip. Thank you very, very much. I'd also like to thank the partners who helped to make the Euro Challenge a success. Our regional partners include BNP Paribas, Deutsche Bank, the Federal Reserve Bank, Florida International University, the World Affairs Council of Charlotte and Seattle, and universities of Pittsburgh, Washington, Texas, and Illinois. Thank you to the 52 experts who judged, the WISE board and junior board, and of course, the WISE team for their tireless effort and hard work. I hope you all enjoyed today's ceremony. Once again, congratulations for making us and your teachers very proud.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining via Zoom. I wish we could be meeting in person at our appropriately named World Trade Center offices for this event. My name is John Goggins, and I'm the Executive Vice President and General Counsel of Moody's. And as Phil has mentioned, we're thrilled to have worked with the Euro Challenge over the years. And I'm particularly pleased I've been able to attend many of these events in the past. Well, it's great to be able to celebrate the accomplishments of everyone involved, especially the students, as well as their incredibly dedicated teachers. From Moody's perspective, the European Union and our relationships, economic and others, are incredibly important to us as a company, but also important to us, as a country, as all the students here I know are well aware. The European Union is, along with the United States, one of the two largest economies in the world, one of our great trading partners. The EU currency, along with US dollars, the most widely used reserve currencies and widely traded currencies in the world. And Moody's has long and deep relationships within the EU. We have offices in many of the financial capitals that are resident in the EU. But of course, our relationship with the European Union extends way beyond economic and trade, very broad, deep historical, cultural, military alliances, and it's great that students in high school are learning about the European Union, and hopefully I encourage you to continue your studies in high school and college, both about the European Union, but also economics, and also encourage you to take advantage of the ability to study abroad. And if you're thinking of places to study abroad, it's hard to beat Europe. Again, the history and the culture, the arts, the architecture, the languages, the friendly people, the cuisine. I don't know anyone who's studied abroad in Europe who has ever regretted it. So I would encourage you to think about that as you progress in your academic journey. Today, as fellows mentioned, we'll be honoring the 2021 Euro Challenge winners and the placement of the top 5 teams based on the final round that was concluded earlier this afternoon. Would like to now introduce our keynote speaker, Ambassador Stavros Lambrinidis, who is the European ambassador to the United States. And it's a particular pleasure for me to introduce the ambassador. It won't surprise you to learn, given our interest in the Euro Challenge, that we were both economics majors in college, but in small world coincidence, we both studied economics at the Ferris College. We're both graduates of Amherst College. In addition to studying economics in Amherst, we both decided to become lawyers after that. Ambassador Lambrinidis, after graduating from Amherst, went to Yale Law School and was managing editor of the Yale Journal of International Law. Yale was also my first choice for law school. Unfortunately, I was not the scholar and outstanding academic student that the ambassador was. The ambassador graduated magna cum laude and Phi Beta Kappa from Amherst, whereas I just graduated from Amherst. So after law school, the ambassador worked at one of the top law firms, US law firms in DC, and then went on to a very distinguished career, including back in his native Europe, including serving prior to his current role as the special representative from human rights for the European Union, and was also the head of foreign affairs for Greece, his native land. So it's a great pleasure and honor, as I said, to introduce you to our keynote speaker, and I now hand you over to Ambassador Lambrinidis.
Thank you. Thank you, John, so much, and thank you, Phyllis. You probably had a much nicer time at Amherst, I have to say, than I did. But one way or the other, we're both here today celebrating the same thing. Some of the most remarkable, some of the most bright, some of the most resilient students who braved the pandemic and braved the difficulties of this crazy life of trying to study remotely, and who participated in this year's Euro Challenge. One of the most topical ones, trying to look at how we come out of this pandemic, and not just come out of it, but come out different, hopefully come out better from it. I tip my hat to you guys. It never gets old. I mean, every year this challenge gets us with our jaws dropped. Every year there's some teams that have analyses and discussions and charisma that you go, that's not possible. It's not possible for kids that age, right? It's just not, and yet it is. It is possible every time. And you did it this time as well. And if you think it's easy to be in the top 5 teams of the Euro Challenge, think again. It is not. The judging is real tough. The standards are real high. The history before you of some amazing teams having done remarkable performances is daunting. So congratulations. Now, we do this because America and Europe, the European Union, are the 2 biggest open, most free economies in the world. We are the world's biggest economic artery by far. What we do and what we trade with each other, what we invest in each other, has a kick in the way that the world economy takes off that is incomparable to anything else, but frankly also for our own people. We create millions of jobs across the Atlantic every year because our companies and our workers vote with their feet, and they vote to go to places that they can work under fair conditions, under conditions that respect labor laws, respect environmental, protecting the environment, produce high quality goods because they invest massively in education, such as the one that you're getting here in the States. I mean, you are the products of some remarkable societies. And I am so pleased that you're not introvert because of that, not just simply self-satisfied, but you want to learn the world. You want to learn everything about America's biggest ally. And you also want to exercise your smarts and your knowledge to figure out how to make this relationship better and stronger, including to understand how Europe works. And you know what? Good luck to you. Most Europeans don't know exactly how the institutions work, but you know what we do know is that you cannot have a well-functioning society unless you have well-functioning, strong, independent institutions that balance each other off. Unless you have strong, vibrant civil society that overlooks over everyone, a press that is free and strong and can hold others into account, that can try to fight every day to bring real facts to the forefront to help citizens make decisions. You cannot have the success that we have had unless you have free, open educational institutions that encourage crazy ideas and thoughts, encourage kids to think out of the box. And what I want you to do, I beg you to do, is keep thinking out of the box. But don't just throw things out there. Read, study, understand, think of the facts, then push the box open. It is so easy today to have an opinion about everything. We're all experts in everything, right? I mean, the internet is helping us a little bit on that. You know, everyone has an idea, and the next thing you know, it's on your computer screen. Dive deep as you have done here, and then be creative, then be imaginative, then reach out. Teachers, you don't get thanked enough, or maybe you do. I have no idea, but certainly you cannot be thanked enough by me and by us in Europe. What you're doing here, your dedication, your love of not just teaching, but also learning, because what many kids don't know is that great teachers learn every day themselves, to become better at their field of expertise, to become better at teaching and communicating knowledge to others. So what you've done in this extracurricular activity, let me emphasize this. I mean, no one gets, rich doing this. It's way more hours of work. And I'm so proud of what you have done as well. And I know that, you have mentored your students in your schools in remarkable ways if they're here, the 5 last teams. WISE, Moody's, the support you've given us over the years as EU Embassy is simply, can't put a value on it. The inspiration you've given us, the fact that your great work is keeping this competition alive this year as well and so successful. Can't thank you enough, Phyllis. Can't thank you enough, John, and your organizations. Look, I will close with this, guys. Everyone, your parents, I'm sure your teachers, John, others, have advised you that economic and financial literacy is increasingly a prerequisite to understanding the world, getting a good competitive job, and that's true. And at the same time, only well-rounded individuals can survive in this fast-paced, fast-changing world. And when I say well-rounded, I mean, we live in democracies that, in which we all, including our companies, function. Populism is on the rise. Democracy is the toughest profession, the toughest political system in the world, because it relies on every single individual following developments and judging their government. It's not like, an authoritarian system, you just have one person making decisions and the rest of them have to swallow them and move on. It's real tough to get every citizen engaged and involved. It's real easy to get disinformation, intentional misinformation out there, to polarize people, to tear them apart. You can know as much economics or finance as you want, but unless you're able to understand how our democracies work, and unless you're able, from whatever job you have, to make sure in your job environment or in your broader environment that you're an active citizen, and that you make sure that everyone's views, including the ones that are least popular, are listened to, you're not going to do that well. I mean, it's usually the people who think outside of the box, the people who usually are unpopular, that are the ones that eventually change it. And there are too many countries and too many people who want to shut up anyone they don't like or who is not like them. That's a tough job. We in Europe, we are moving away from COVID, investing massively on climate mitigation and digital, artificial intelligence. I mean, that's in everything that you will do from now on. It's already in most things you do. Who makes decisions about how AI works? Does a camera on the street observe every one of you walking up and down on your campus and keeps all that data, who you talk to, who you maybe hug, what you do, what you eat, just in case, at some point, one person does something bad? Or do we set strict limits on how a government or a university or a company can access what we call our private lives, our personal data, privacy? In Europe, we believe the latter. We think that it's supremely important for companies to innovate, but equally important to assure that fundamental human rights, human dignity, are preserved. That requires real bright students like you to be engaged in making the argument, no matter where you are. And the fact that you are getting exposed now to the European Union, to some of these thoughts and ideas, to the fantastic things we've achieved during the pandemic, but also the mistakes we've made, the fact that you can advise us, putting yourselves in policymakers' shoes, what we can do better to make our economies and our societies better in Europe and the US, that fact gives me supreme hope that when you go to finish your college and get into whatever career, if you can think back with pride on this moment, and you deserve to think back on this moment with pride. And if you think, heck, I got to do something, no matter what my job is, to bring Europe and the United States even closer together, because that's what the world depends on as well, I think our job is done. So thank you to the students. Thank you to professors. Thank you to Wise and Moody's. Thank you to Phyllis and John. Thank you to everyone else you mentioned as supporters here. And thank you, a big thank you to the EU embassy, the EU delegation, my own people, my own staff, for putting this together. I'm so proud of you for working for a year and a half under the most difficult conditions. Kids, if any one of you gets into diplomacy, keep this in mind. It's a contact sport. You got to be out there shaking hands, looking at people in the eye, trying to understand where they're coming from, try to make them understand where you're coming from, making a deal. You can't do it from your computer screen. And when COVID hits, that's the worst thing for diplomats, the worst thing. And when under these conditions, diplomats can perform miracles, well, heck, I'm proud. So thank you very much to all of you. And I know now, drum roll, everything will start unrolling in this final ceremony. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ambassador. That was wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, there were many truly excellent presentations this year. Therefore, we are truly proud to acknowledge the 5 schools, while not advancing to the final round, are the runners-up in this year's competition. These schools are Mount St. Mary, Watchung, New Jersey; West Windsor Plainsboro High School, North Plainsboro Township, New Jersey; Gulliver Prep, Miami, Florida; the School of Business and Management, Dallas, Texas; Okemos High School, Okemos, Michigan. The students from each school will receive a special Euro Challenge pin and a letter of commendation. Congratulations. And now, before we announce the order of the 5 finalist schools, let's hear from 2 individuals, a faculty advisor and then an alumna. Each were a finalist team last year.
Thank you, Phyllis. My name is Anthony Shalero, and I'm the teacher advisor at Eleanor Roosevelt High School. First, I'd like to thank WISE, the EU delegation, Moody's Foundation, Kyla Duarte, and David Anderson for their hard work and contributions in making this event happen. You all were so vital in allowing this challenge to continue. It would have been very easy and understandable during an extremely difficult time like the global pandemic to cancel this challenge when so many other institutions and programs were being canceled as well. It is this type of faith and support in continuing the challenge that has allowed such amazing presentations and talented students to flourish. And flourish they have. Isabella, Danielle, Tyler, Carl, and JJ, I am so proud of you. You've all really grown as individuals while participating in this challenge. It wasn't too long ago, just some months ago, in fact, where some of the students were in a meeting, confused and asking, we have to do what? But through these many months of hard work, practice, and focus, these students have all found something inside of themselves, as well as something within each other. Beyond their exceptional intelligence, they are truly a team that supports each other and is always challenging themselves. As an advisor, I am honored by their growth, accomplishments, humility, and work ethic. My job is a pleasure and absolutely effortless. We help these students and we give them the tools that they need to work, and then I just stay out of their way. As a school, we are so proud of their work and the club members of the years before, like the 2020 crew, Allie, Whitney, Rachel, Sydney, and Sophia. So on behalf of Eleanor Roosevelt High School and the parents, we thank you for allowing us to participate in the Euro Challenge. We know that the exceptional commitment to this challenge will be the beginning of digging out of the economic turmoil everyone is facing. By investing in this future and looking at these students in this year's competition, the future is bright. Thank you.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to speak about my experience in a competition that had so much impact on my academic and personal development. After participating in the Euro Challenge competition for 2 years, I can say it was one of the most educational and fulfilling experiences I have had throughout my high school career. Being a part of Euro Challenge team allowed me to grow not only as a young economist, but also as an individual. And I had the honor to work with our amazing team coach, Mr. James, who was always pushing us to be the best and taught me everything I know about the European area and economics after coming in as a freshman who knew absolutely nothing. So thank you, Mr. James. And one of the first things I learned in Euro Challenge is that there's no I in team. Euro Challenge pushes you to work in a collaborative setting where all of you are working towards the same goal and everyone has to contribute to the final product. Working together with 2 or 3 other people while trying to develop a single presentation can be challenging, but it's also extremely rewarding. And in addition, I had the opportunity to work together with other individuals who are as passionate as me about the competition and who I'm proud to say today are some of my best friends. One of the other things I learned is that hard work really pays off. It might sound cliche, but the amount of work we put into researching our country, the European Union, and putting together our presentation was truly the embodiment of our final product. Since then, there hasn't been a challenge I have found myself incapable of handling. As long as I'm gritty and I put in the work, I'm able to succeed. And thirdly, throughout the competition, I also learned a couple of things about myself. One being that I'm extremely passionate about economics, and I plan to pursue it in the future. And I loved learning about the European area, the different European countries and their different qualities. I also think it was eye-opening to learn about some of the underlying issues that these countries currently are facing, what's being done to solve these problems, and how they affect all of us globally. Euro Challenge sets us up to take concepts we learn inside the classroom and apply them into real life scenarios, making learning a lot more meaningful and exciting. Overall, I had an amazing experience. It was challenging, fun, and informative. And the diligence and resilient work ethic that I developed throughout this experience will and has benefited me regardless of the task. So thank you so much.
We will now be hearing from Arlene Isaac Lowe, Global Head of CSR, Moody's Corporation, and President, the Moody's Foundation.
Hello, everyone. Before I get started, I really want to thank Mr. Scholero and Antonia on their comments about the experience of participating in the competition. I think they have certainly articulated all of the benefits and the accolades that goes along with this amazing experience. As Kayla said, I'm Arlene Isaac Lowe. I am Global Head of Corporate Social Responsibility for Moody's and President of the Moody's Foundation. And it is my pleasure to congratulate all of the students who participated in this year's competition. You know, year after year, it's truly inspirational to see the dedication and the depth of knowledge that's shown by all of you. And I would also say that irrespective of the outcome, you should all be proud of your participation thus far. It is truly an amazing experience and you're all winners. I'm also grateful for the support of our partners, WISE, and the delegation of the European Union to the United States for, again, facilitating a fantastic competition this year in the midst of the pandemic. I think we've all learned a lot about you know, the limits that we can test ourselves to and to do things in a different way. And some of that will be helpful as we move forward into the future. I also want to especially thank the Moody's team, my team of corporate social responsibility colleagues, but also our employees who are passionate about their participation in this event and year after year are committed to making sure that it is in fact a success. We appreciate all of your partnership efforts to build an economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable future in which no community is left behind. We believe that it is critically important to prepare the next generation of diverse and talented young people to be global citizens, because we know that individuals and businesses cannot succeed nor compete in today's global marketplace without a solid foundation and understanding of financial matters and the impact of global economic policies. At Moody's, we seek to empower people with the knowledge, resources, and the confidence they need to create a better future for themselves, their communities, and the environment. And the Euro Challenge embodies our commitment to getting the world's future leaders ready for important work and supports our focus on preparing Young People for Careers in Finance and Economics. We certainly hope that you have enjoyed your experience, but also the recent career panel event with our Moody's experts on the topic of climate change and sustainable finance, where some of our senior leaders shared their knowledge and expertise with the students, including the Euro Challenge participants, because we believe it is important for you to understand the ever expanding career opportunities for you to do good while doing well. We hope you found the discussions beneficial to understanding potential career pathways. And I know my colleagues and I were very impressed by the sophistication of the questions you asked during that session. You're well on your way to an incredible future. While we wish we could all be together in person today to celebrate your achievements, we hope that this experience has helped to broaden your perspectives as you continue with your educational pursuits. And so now, without further ado, the moment that we've all been waiting for, I have the great pleasure to announce the 5 finalist teams in the 2021 Euro Challenge. Each one of these schools will be receiving their trophy later at a later time. But this evening, I will count down from the 5th to 1st place team. And when I announce each team, the team's faculty advisor and a member of the team will join me virtually, and the student will say a few words. So are we ready? Okay, so in 5th place, where each student will receive an award of $250, we have the High Technology High School of Lincroft, New Jersey. Alan Brown is the faculty advisor for the team, and Andrew Eng, a student, will now join me. Other members of the team are Yvna Masuku, Usha Ruba, Kevin Guan, and Vibhav Gipgaka.
All right, may I speak?
Yes,
Yeah,
please do, Andrew.
I'd just like to say a huge thank you to the people from the Moody Foundation, WISE Group, and the many partners of the Euro Challenge competition, as well as my amazing team for helping make this wonderful, memorable experience for us all. Our team is honored to receive this award and thankful for the opportunity to learn so much about the EU.
Thank you. And congratulations to our 5th place winners. And now for our 4th place winner, we have the Academy for Information Technology in Scotts Plains, New Jersey, where the faculty advisor is Chris LaBrace, and the student representative who will join me is Maya Diaz. The other members of the team are Angela Chen, Uma Juglikar, Anna Tao, and Mia Avnia. Maya?
Thank you, Arlene. On behalf of my team, I would like to thank everyone who made this incredible journey possible. This was truly a great experience that we all learned so much from. We want to give a special thank you to our advisor who supported us through everything we went through in this challenge. We couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maya. And the fourth place winners, I don't know if I said this, but that each student will receive an award of $500. So congratulations to the students of the Academy for Information Technology. The third place winners, where each student will receive a $750 award, is Hastings High School in Hastings on the Hudson in New York, where the faculty advisor is Robert McCann and our student representative is Owen Taylor. While they join me, the other members of that team are Liam Painter, Owen Drool, Gus Renson, and Julian Amsalom.
My partners and I are honored to receive this prestigious award. We'd like to thank Kyla for her really hard work during these unusual times. We'd also like to thank the judges for taking time out of their busy schedules to allow this competition to happen. So thank you all so much.
Congratulations, the team from Hastings High School. Next, we have the second place winners, where each student will receive an award of $1,000. And the second place winners are from Eleanor Roosevelt High School in New York City. Congratulations. Where Anthony Shalero is the faculty advisor for the team, and Isabella Campisi will now join me. The other members of the team are Anjay, forgive me on this name, Ishazuki, I'm sorry, Ishasuki, Danielle Campisi, Carl Liu, Tyler Lieberman.
Thank you. I want to thank my team and everyone who's helped along the way. We absolutely couldn't have gotten here without you, and we're all so grateful for this experience. I know I can speak for my whole team when I say we're extremely grateful to have participated in the Euro Challenge, and we've all learned and grown so much. So thank you from all of us.
Thank you, and a big congratulations to our second place winners from Eleanor Roosevelt High School. And now, for the first place winners, it is my distinct honor to congratulate the winners of the 2021 Euro Challenge, where each student will receive $1,250. The first place team is Princeton High School from Princeton, New Jersey. Katie Deneen, the faculty advisor for the team, and Andre Penn, a student, will now join me. The other members of the team are Alexander Margulis, Aruna Suri, Charles Kassan, and Christopher Bao. Congratulations. And I'd like to have Andre say a few words about his winning team's Euro Challenge experience.
I really want to say thank you to all the people who have run this competition, especially Kyla, who has really done a lot to support us, as well as really being so grateful for winning this competition and being able to learn so much about the Euro area with my team. Also to give a special thanks to both Shireen and Debalina, who were on our team but didn't speak. They were both integral in our effort in order to win. And so also a big shout out to our captains, Philip and Chris, who really helped to push us, to help us grow and think more critically. And also our longtime supporter, Miss Bergman, who recently retired, but is still such a big influence on us. This has just been an amazing experience for me to learn and grow so much, as well as to really bond with my team, who have become some of really my best friends, and spending so much time together has been really amazing. This is probably one of the best high school experiences that I've had so far, so thanks.
Thank you so much, Andre. And congratulations again to Princeton High School, the winning team of the 2021 Euro Challenge. As I said, all the students are winners. The competition is always challenging, and you always deliver such incredible presentations that we're always so impressed with. And finally, I would like to invite Bruce Kasman for some remarks and closing commentary. Bruce is a WISE board member, and he is also Chief Economist and Global Head of Economic Research at JP Morgan Chase. Bruce, over to you.
Well, thank you. And as I draw today's ceremony to a close, let me join today's other speakers in offering congratulations again to this year's participating schools. Having done this for a long time, I would just like everyone to know that this was one of the most tightest competitions that I could remember, with the quality extremely high across all of the finalists. So you were all winners. It was really a pleasure to be listening to all of your presentations. And thanks also to the delegation, Moody's, my fellow judges, and perhaps above all to the WISE staff for making the 2021 Euro Challenge a resounding success. We will leave you with the scrolling image of all 50 schools that enrolled in this year's competition. Thank you very much.